A canvas of absolute darkness dominates, an infinite void where silence reigns supreme. Suddenly, a solitary spark ignites, piercing the darkness with a promise of creation. The spark intensifies, exploding outward in a blinding burst of radiant energy. Cosmic dust swirls into existence, painted with the vibrant hues of nascent galaxies. A voice echoes through the void, resonant with power. Let there be light. The universe awakens, a symphony of light and color unfolding from the depths of nothingness. In infinite darkness, a single point of light erupts, a beacon against the void. Dust motes swirl, drawn together by unseen forces, coalescing into the building blocks of stars. Galaxies begin to form, vast and majestic, swirling patterns emerging from chaos. The voice echoes, an omnipotent presence guiding the cosmic ballet. Creation unfolds, the universe born from darkness, shaped by an unseen hand. The earth is formless, void, and covered in deep water. A radiant spirit of God hovers above the waters. Profound silence blankets the scene. The spirit glows with power, ready to create. Let there be a sky to separate the waters above from the waters below. The void awaits the transformation with divine anticipation. Silence reigns over the barren earth, a blank canvas awaiting creation. A resonant voice echoes, shaking the primordial stillness. Dry land rises majestically from the swirling soup. Vast seas gather, mirroring the faint light from above, a promise of life. At the voice's command, green shoots tentatively emerge from the raw earth. Plants and trees burst forth, painting the world in vibrant hues. God stands upon the swirling canvas of nascent earth, continents yet forming beneath the swirling clouds. With a divine gesture, a blinding light erupts, coalescing into the radiant sun, the first dawn. Another wave of God's hand brings forth the moon, pale and serene, a celestial guardian of the night. Across the infinite expanse, countless stars ignite, twinkling into existence like diamonds scattered on black velvet. The stars are set in motion, their destinies intertwined with the rhythm of day and night. They mark the passage of seasons and years, an eternal dance of light and time across the heavens. Vast oceans pulse with nascent life, a boundless cradle teeming with untold potential under the awakening Sunday. Schools of fish glitter like liquid jewels, weaving through the crystal waters in mesmerizing, synchronized dances. Majestic whales breach the surface, their colossal forms casting fleeting shadows upon the vibrant marine tapestry. The sky erupts in a kaleidoscope of color as countless birds take flight, their wings painting vivid strokes against the blue. Sunlight catches the soaring wings, creating fleeting patterns of light and shadow as the birds dance in the heavens. A symphony of chirps, songs, and cries fills the air, the world alive with the chorus of newfound life. God's vision takes shape as land emerges, sculpted and vast. Life bursts forth in every form. Creatures roam, filling the new world. The earth teems with animals, a symphony of motion and sound. God watches, his gaze sweeping over the vibrant tapestry of creation. A profound satisfaction radiates from him. He sees that it is good. In Eden, God kneels, hands stained with earth, shaping the form of Adam with divine care. A gentle breath imparts life, a spark igniting within the clay. Adam's eyes flutter open, newborn wonder reflecting in their depths. He gazes around, captivated by the vibrant colors of the lush garden. Exotic flora unfolds before him, a symphony of nature's artistry. In this pristine moment, Adam's journey of discovery begins. God gestures, revealing a lush symphony of green. Exotic trees and vibrant flowers fill the immortal garden. Adam walks, his eyes wide with wonder, taking in the diverse array of animals. God turns to Adam, a gentle smile gracing his face, radiating divine benevolence. The light shimmers through the leaves, painting the scene with an ethereal glow. With a soft command, God speaks. "Name the animals, Adam." Sunlight dapples the Garden of Eden as Adam wanders through lush greenery, a gentle smile gracing his lips. Playful monkeys swing and a majestic lion basks, each creature observed with tender curiosity. He calls out names, acknowledging each animal, yet a shadow of loneliness flickers across his face. His gaze sweeps across the vibrant landscape, a subtle longing evident in his eyes. Moonlight paints the Garden of Eden in ethereal shades, casting long shadows that dance among the trees. God gazes upon Adam, who slumbers peacefully, his breath a gentle rhythm in the tranquil night. With divine tenderness, God reaches out, his touch light as a feather, and takes a rib from Adam's side. The air shimmers with celestial energy as God begins to mold and shape the rib. A transformation unfolds, graceful and profound. As the rib takes on the form of Eve, a new presence emerges, bathed in moonlight, ready to awaken in the heart of Eden. Dawn breaks, painting the Garden of Eden in soft, ethereal light. God gestures, presenting Eve to Adam amidst the lush, vibrant garden. Adam gazes upon Eve, his face illuminated by profound joy and wonder. A silent moment of recognition passes between them, a bond forming in the tranquil air. "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh," Adam declares, his voice filled with awe. "She shall be called Eve, for she was taken out of man," he proclaims, naming his eternal companion. Bathed in gentle sunlight, Adam and Eve wander through Eden's lush garden, their laughter echoing through the trees. Their voices mingle with the rustling leaves, a symphony of pure joy in their untouched paradise. God watches over them, an unseen guardian of their idyllic existence, ensuring their happiness. God gives them one command. A voice narrates, a gentle warning amidst the beauty and peace. They may eat from any tree except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The warning is delivered. Lush greenery engulfs the Garden of Eden, teeming with vibrant life under the warm Sunday. A serpent emerges, its scales shimmering with an alluring, subtle light. It slithers sinuously through the verdant landscape, a cunning glint in its eyes. The serpent approaches Eve, its presence both mesmerizing and unsettling. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" the serpent asks, its voice dripping with false innocence. Lush greenery envelops Eve, her gestures animated as she speaks. "God has commanded us not to eat from the tree, lest we die," Eve pleads, her eyes earnest. Coiled around the branch, the serpent's gaze is fixed, unwavering. "You will not surely die," the serpent whispers, its voice a silken promise. "You will be like God, knowing good and evil." The serpent tempts, its words hanging in the air. In Eden's lush garden, Eve's eyes fixate on the forbidden fruit, its allure impossible to resist. She plucks the fruit, the act a silent rebellion against the divine. Eve eats, a surge of knowledge flooding her senses, forever changing her innocence. Offering the fruit to Adam, their shared bite seals their fate, marking the dawn of a new world. Adam and Eve stand paralyzed, a wave of horror slowly dawning in their eyes as they truly see each other for the first time. Shame washes over them, a sensation both foreign and deeply disturbing. Panic flares as their eyes dart around, seeking escape from the overwhelming new emotions. Their clumsy fingers fumble with large fig leaves, desperately seeking to conceal their nakedness. Using thorns and vines, they fashion crude coverings, driven by the primal need to hide. Evening descends in Eden, the air alive with God's presence. Leaves whisper secrets as he walks, a gentle breeze accompanying his steps. Adam and Eve, shrouded in shame, seek refuge among the verdant plants. Their eyes dart nervously, shadowed by guilt, a desperate attempt to hide from the divine gaze. The garden's beauty now a haunting reminder of innocence lost. Sunlight filters through the ancient trees of Eden, where the air is thick with the perfume of unknown blossoms. God's voice resonates through the garden. "Adam, where are you?" Adam trembles, confessing, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God's tone shifts, a hint of disappointment. "Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" In Eden, Adam, consumed by shame, points accusingly at Eve, who shrinks under his gaze. Eve, trembling, deflects blame. "The serpent tricked me, Lord. It tempted me with its lies." God's voice booms. "Serpent, cursed are you. You will crawl on your belly and you will eat dust." To Adam, "Cursed is the ground. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food, for dust you are." In Eden, God's sorrowful eyes reflect the weight of his task as he meticulously prepares garments. His large hands, which once shaped stars, now stitch with careful precision. He covers Adam and Eve's nakedness with garments of skin, a symbol of their changed state. A palpable sense of profound loss hangs heavy in the air around them. With a heavy heart, God's gaze is filled with a sorrowful acceptance of what must be. God gestures towards the gates of Eden, a silent farewell to innocence. Adam and Eve, hand in hand, their faces a canvas of sorrow and resolve, turn their backs on Eden's lush embrace. They step from vibrant green into a stark, barren landscape. Their journey into the unknown begins. In the distance, celestial light flares as God commands cherubim to guard the sacred entrance. Wings shimmering with divine power, the cherubim stand as eternal sentinels. A flaming sword, a vortex of heat and light, spins fiercely, an impassable barrier to paradise lost. The way to the tree of life is now forever barred, a poignant farewell etched against the fading light. Years after Eden, Adam and Eve toil, their faces marked by hardship as they battle the unyielding earth. Eve cries out in labor, her pain echoing across the barren fields, a testament to their exile. Gently, she cradles a newborn, her eyes reflecting a mix of sorrow and fierce love. Hope flickers in her voice as she proclaims, "With the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man." The child's small cry pierces the silence, a new chapter beginning in the harsh reality beyond Eden's gates. Years later, Cain, now a young man, toils in the fields, sweat glistening as he works the earth. Nearby, Abel, a gentle shepherd, watches over his flock, their peaceful grazing a stark contrast. The brothers diligently prepare their offerings, a silent ritual under the open sky. A sense of purpose and unspoken anticipation hangs heavy in the air between Cain and Abel. Cain approaches the ancient altar, his offering of ripe fruit meticulously arranged. Nearby, Abel presents the choicest portions of his firstborn flock, a stark contrast to Cain's offering. A divine light descends, bathing Abel's sacrifice in a warm, heavenly glow. The light intensifies, highlighting the richness of Abel's offering. Shadows engulf Cain's fruit, untouched and unblessed, casting a pall over his offering. The stark contrast between light and shadow reveals a divine preference, fueling a brewing resentment. Cain sits hunched, his face etched with anger and despair, the dim light casting long shadows. The rough-hewn walls seem to close in, mirroring the turmoil raging within Cain's heart. A divine voice echoes in the darkness. "Sin is crouching at your door. You must rule over it," God warns, his words hanging in the air. Cain gestures, beckoning Abel into the vast, sun-drenched field, the tall grass whispering secrets as they pass. They walk together, the tranquil facade masking Cain's growing inner turmoil, his steps betraying a darker intent. Isolated from the world, Cain's face twists into a mask of rage, his eyes burning with uncontrollable fury. The air crackles with impending violence as Cain turns savagely on Abel, his brother's life hanging precariously in the balance. Cain kills Abel, the narration echoes, A tragic end in the heart of the serene field. The stark interior of Cain's home is revealed, dust motes swirling in the harsh daylight. God stands, a figure of immense power, his presence filling the humble space with divine judgment. Cain bows his head slightly, yet defiance flickers in his eyes as he faces the divine. God's voice booms, echoing through the room. "Where is Abel, your brother?" Cain's jaw tightens as he retorts, a hint of anger in his tone. "I do not know." A cold challenge hangs in the air as Cain asks, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Across the open field, God's voice reverberates, an inescapable judgment hanging heavy in the air. Cain kneels, head bowed in desolate submission as the divine pronouncement echoes around him. The once fertile ground darkens, the weight of the curse turning promise into barren despair. "My punishment is greater than I can bear," Cain cries, his voice lost in the vastness. He is now a wanderer, forever barred from the earth's bounty, marked by divine wrath. A desolate wind sweeps through the field, carrying the scent of unyielding soil. Years pass. Cain walks alone across the desolate wilderness, an outcast marked by his sin. His brow bears the indelible mark of a murderer, a brand visible to all. The earth stretches barren and unforgiving, mirroring the emptiness within him. Yet, despite his heinous act, a divine shield protects him from mortal retribution. He wanders, a solitary figure under a vast sky, bearing both curse and protection. Years after Eden, Adam and Eve stand with their son, Seth. The landscape is harsh, a stark contrast to the paradise lost. A sense of quiet peace surrounds the small family. Eve looks at Seth, a bittersweet smile on her face. "God has given me Seth to replace Abel," Eve says softly. The family stands together, a beacon of hope amidst the desolation. Generations bloom and wither under the endless sun. A montage of lives stretching from Adam to Noah. Faces, lined with time, tell tales of enduring strength, vitality etched into every wrinkle. The sun, a silent witness, paints the world in hues of dawn and dusk, marking the rhythm of life. Children are born into a world of vibrant longevity, their laughter echoing through the ages. They grow old, their bodies resilient, passing on legacies of endurance to their kin. A tapestry of life unfolds, woven with threads of resilience and the echoes of countless generations. Years later, Earth thrives with humanity. A multitude stretching across the horizon, yet a tangible darkness looms. A pervasive wickedness seeps into every corner, tainting the very air they breathe. Every thought, every impulse, every inclination consumed by an unrelenting tide of corruption. Evil reigns supreme, its dominion absolute, its hunger insatiable. God sits upon his radiant throne, observing humanity through a shimmering celestial screen. A deep sadness etches across his divine face as he witnesses the depth of humanity's wickedness. His eyes, pools of infinite sorrow, reflect the crushing weight of his impending decision. "I will blot out man," God declares, his voice resonating with sorrow. "I am sorry that I have made them," he says, regret echoing through the heavens. His gaze lingers on the screen, a final moment of contemplation before the deluge begins. Under the scorching sun, Noah kneels, his weathered face etched with worry. A divine presence envelops him as the narrator proclaims, "Noah finds favor in the eyes of the Lord." The heavens speak. God's voice booms. "I will destroy the earth with a flood, but I will save you and your family." God's promise echoes, a beacon of hope amidst impending doom. In his home, Noah hears God's voice, a command echoing with divine power. The instruction is clear. Build an ark of cypress wood, a vessel against the coming storm. Each plank must be sealed, coated with pitch inside and out, a barrier against the encroaching deluge. This ark must defy the flood, a testament to faith amidst the rising waters. Years later, under a relentless sun, Noah and his sons labor at a sprawling ark construction site, dwarfed by their colossal task. Hammering and sawing echo through the air as Shem, Ham, and Japheth work tirelessly, their determination unwavering. Gathering crowds mock and laugh, their skepticism a stark contrast to the family's unwavering faith and industry. The massive ark looms, a testament to years of dedication. As the sun beats down on the dusty, divisive scene, sunlight fills Noah's humble home as he kneels, head bowed in reverence. He listens intently, a solemn expression on his face as divine words echo in the air. A voice booms, commanding him, "Bring 2 of every kind of animal into the ark, plus 7 pairs of clean animals and birds," the voice of God declares. A procession of creatures, great and small, moves towards the towering ark, their footsteps echoing in the silence. 2 by 2, animals of every kind enter the ark, a symbol of hope amidst looming destruction. Noah leads his family's solemn faces, reflecting the weight of their task towards the massive wooden vessel. Their determined steps mark the beginning of a journey into the unknown, a testament to faith. The ark awaits, a beacon of salvation against the backdrop of a world about to be transformed. The heavens unleash a torrential downpour, a deluge descending upon the earth, marking the beginning of an unending storm. For 40 days and 40 nights, rain relentlessly assaults the land, reshaping the world under its weeping skies. From the earth's depths, the springs of the deep gush forth, joining the celestial waters in a symphony of destruction. Water engulfs all, a testament to nature's raw power. The world is drowning, consumed by an inescapable flood. An endless expanse of water stretches to the horizon, a silent testament to nature's fury and the earth's sorrowful fate. Mountains, once symbols of strength, are now mere islands in the vast, unforgiving sea. The sun casts an eerie glow on the water, illuminating a world drowned beyond recognition. The wind whispers across the empty waters, carrying tales of lost lives and shattered dreams. The silence is broken only by the gentle lapping of waves, a mournful dirge for a world that was, a haunting reminder that even the mightiest can be humbled by the forces of nature, leaving no trace. Inside the ark, Noah's family finds refuge amidst a vibrant array of animals, great and small, their eyes reflecting both awe and relief. The ark floats serenely, a beacon of hope against the endless expanse of water, the silence broken only by the sounds of life within. Sunlight streams through a high window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, a symbol of a new beginning amidst the devastation. Noah watches over his family and the animals, his face etched with determination and faith, the weight of their survival on his shoulders. The animals settle, a diverse community bound together by circumstance, their presence a testament to the resilience of life itself. Months after the cataclysm, floodwaters begin their slow retreat, unveiling the submerged world. Drowned mountain peaks emerge, silent witnesses to the devastation. The ark, scarred and weary, finds its final resting place on Mount Ararat's slopes. A beacon of hope amidst the desolation, it stands against the skyline. The promise of a new beginning lingers in the quiet aftermath of the receding waters. Inside the ark, Noah gently releases a raven into the vast, clouded sky, a symbol of hope amidst endless waters. The raven circles above, a black silhouette against the gray canvas, searching for any sign of land. Defeated, it returns, its weary wings bringing it back to the ark's deck. Noah's hopeful gaze dims as the raven lands, the ark remaining their only world. Against the backdrop of Mount Ararat, Noah releases a dove into the open sky. The dove circles, a tiny white speck against the immense landscape, then vanishes. Hope dawns as the dove returns, an olive leaf clutched in its beak. A hopeful light flickers in Noah's eyes, the promise of new life dawning. Inside the ark, Noah releases the dove, his weathered face a canvas of hope and exhaustion. watching it ascend into the boundless sky. The dove circles once, a fleeting beacon against the gray expanse, then vanishes into the distance. Time stretches, marked only by the silence of waiting, as Noah's gaze remains fixed on the empty sky. Unlike the countless times before, the dove does not return, and a profound understanding dawns in Noah's eyes. A quiet, momentous realization settles upon him. The earth is dry, and their long journey is nearing its end. High atop Mount Ararat, the ark looms, a solitary monument against the vast, clear sky. Sunlight bathes the ancient vessel, highlighting its rough-hewn timbers and the promise of a new dawn. A divine gesture directs attention to the ark's open door, an invitation to a new world. A voice echoes with celestial authority. Noah, come out of the ark with your family and all the animals. The world awaits as the inhabitants of the ark prepare to step onto the land, ready to start anew. The massive ark dominates the peak of Mount Ararat, a testament to survival against the skyline. Noah, weathered and wise, guides his family and a procession of animals down the ark's ramp. Creatures great and small scatter onto the earth, exploring the new world unfolding before them. With reverence, Noah kneels, gathering stones to build an altar upon the cleansed earth. Flames rise as Noah offers burnt offerings, smoke ascending towards the heavens in solemn gratitude. A new covenant begins on the mountain, hope blossoming in the hearts of Noah and his family. In heaven, God sits on his radiant throne, a gentle light bathing the celestial space in warmth and serenity. God observes Noah, his divine smile reflecting contentment at Noah's unwavering devotion. "I am pleased with your worship, Noah," God proclaims, his voice resonating with divine authority. God's gaze softens as he declares, "I make a covenant with you and your descendants after you." His words echo with promise. Never again shall all life be cut off by the waters of a flood. God's final assurance rings through heaven. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. In the vast expanse above, clouds part to reveal a radiant sky, a canvas of infinite blue touched by divine light. A spectrum of colors begins to arc across the heavens. God's rainbow emerges, a vibrant promise painted against the backdrop of the sky, a divine covenant. The vibrant arc serves as a celestial reminder, a symbol of hope and renewal for all. Years later, Earth blooms anew, reborn from desolation. Noah's legacy thrives, his sons' children multiplying across the lands. Barren landscapes transform into vibrant ecosystems, teeming with life. The world echoes with the laughter of children, a symphony of renewal. Hope blossoms, painting the earth with hues of promise and prosperity. Years later, Shinar stirs with life as people gather, their faces reflecting a shared dream. The air vibrates with anticipation, a silent promise hanging heavy in the atmosphere. A unified voice rises from the multitude, a symphony of shared language echoing across the land. Each word carries the weight of ambition, a collective aspiration reaching for the skies. The sheer number of people creates a palpable sense of purpose, a force that seems unstoppable. Hope and determination intertwine, fueling the gathering with an almost palpable energy. On the plains of Shinar, countless figures move with tireless resolve, their collective ambition shaping the landscape. Brick by brick, they raise the foundations of a sprawling city, a testament to their unified purpose. At the city's heart, a colossal tower begins to ascend, its peak aimed towards the heavens. Each worker's face is etched with determination, a shared dream fueling their relentless efforts. The symphony of labor echoes across the plains, a powerful ode to human aspiration and unity. Years later, the Tower of Babel looms, an ambitious scar on the sky. Its immense structure dwarfs the landscape, a testament to human ambition. People gather like ants at its base, their tiny forms swallowed by the tower's shadow. a collective endeavor, each brick laid in pursuit of a sky-high dream. The tower pierces the heavens, a symbol of unity and audacious aspiration. Golden light bathes heaven as God descends, his presence a beacon of divine authority. His gaze sweeps across the sprawling city, a panorama of celestial beauty. His eyes settle on a towering structure, a monument to mortal ambition. A shadow crosses his face, his displeasure palpable as he observes the defiant spire. His divine brow furrows, reflecting the weight of his judgment upon the city below. The air crackles with unspoken power as God contemplates the hubris of humankind. Under the blazing sun, a multitude swarms around the colossal Tower of Babel, a hive of activity. A sudden hush falls as confusion etches across faces, a silent wave rippling through the crowd. Workers attempt to communicate, their voices rising in a cacophony of garbled, unintelligible sounds. Gestures become frantic, eyes widen in disbelief as the horrifying truth dawns. They can't understand each other. Frustration flares, igniting tempers as the shared language, the very foundation of their unity, crumbles. The tower, once a symbol of ambition, now stands amidst a sea of bewildered faces, a testament to division. The Tower of Babel, half finished, pierces the sky, a silent monument to unrealized ambition. Tools clatter to the ground. As workers pause, a wave of confusion rippling through the crowd. Understanding dawns on their faces, the shared dream dissolving into a myriad of individual paths. Families gather their meager belongings, preparing to leave the only home they've ever known. People scatter in every direction, a chaotic exodus from the once bustling construction site. Humanity spreads across the earth, fulfilling the ancient decree to populate the world anew. Years later, people scatter across the globe, each carrying their own story. A montage of diverse faces emerges, their expressions a mix of hope and determination. Languages from every corner of the world blend, creating a symphony of human voices. Each individual embarks on their unique journey, their paths diverging into the unknown. The world becomes a tapestry of interconnected lives, woven together by fate. Their collective voices rise, echoing a shared humanity against the backdrop of the earth. Beneath a radiant sun, Earth unfolds, a vibrant tapestry of diverse cultures and languages. Skyscrapers stand tall beside ancient monuments, symbols of humanity's rich, varied past. Bustling streets hum with activity, a symphony of voices echoing stories from every corner. People from all walks of life mingle, a vibrant mosaic celebrating the human experience. Under a blazing sun, the city of thrives with life, its towering ziggurats piercing the sky. Terah, Abram, and Sarai navigate the bustling marketplace, a sea of faces and exotic goods surrounding them. The air is thick with the scent of spices, a symphony of bartering and chanting filling the streets. Mud brick buildings reflect the sun's harsh glare, casting long shadows across the crowded squares. They are immersed in a society devoted to strange gods, a world of idols and ancient rituals. In the heart of destiny stirs, a new path waiting to be revealed. Flickering lamplight illuminates Terah's humble home, casting long shadows on the faces of his gathered family. Abram and Sarai stand among their kin, anticipation and solemnity etched in their expressions. Bundles of belongings stand ready near the doorway, signs of the long journey ahead. The air is thick with unspoken farewells as they prepare to leave behind. Under the vast sky, Terah leads his family. Possessions piled high, the caravan begins its slow march towards Canaan. Camels groan, burdened by tents and supplies, their heavy steps marking the rhythm of the journey. Children's eyes, wide with a mix of curiosity and fatigue, peek from behind the canvas of covered wagons. Each step is a testament to their hope. The sun beats down on the travelers. Unbeknownst to them, their destination will shift, and Haran will become their unexpected home. In sun-drenched Haran, Terah lies still, life departed, the heavy air thick with silence. The city stands hushed, the weight of loss palpable under the blazing Sunday. Suddenly, a voice, powerful and resonant, pierces the stillness. The unseen source commands attention, its echoes resonating through the desolate streets. "Abram, leave your country," the voice booms, shaking the very foundations of Haran. "Go to a land I will show you," the voice concludes, a divine decree altering Abram's fate. Flickering candlelight paints the tent walls with shadows as Abram speaks, his voice a low, earnest plea in the desert night. "Sarai, God has spoken. We must leave this place," Abram says, his words hanging in the air. Sarai listens intently, her face a mixture of concern and unwavering faith in her husband's divinely inspired quest. A contemplative silence fills the tent, broken only by the whisper of the desert breeze against the canvas. With a shared sense of purpose, they begin gathering their meager belongings, preparing for the unknown journey ahead. Unspoken hopes and fears mingle in the air as they ready themselves to leave Haran, guided by a divine command. Under the vast sky, Abram guides his family from Haran, their faces set toward the horizon and the unknown lands of Canaan. Dusty roads stretch before them as they leave their old life behind. The caravan creaks and groans, a symphony of movement as it carries their hopes and dreams towards a new beginning. Each step is filled with the promise of a land unseen, a future unwritten. The sun beats down, a silent witness to their journey. Canaan calls to them. Abram arrives in Canaan, his eyes wide with awe as he beholds the promised land stretching before him. A divine presence materializes, casting a radiant glow upon Abram, filling the air with palpable power. The landscape seems to pulse with divine energy as Abram kneels, overwhelmed by the sight. A booming voice echoes, resonating with promise. "I promise to give this land to your offspring." Under the Canaan sun, Abram builds an altar, each stone placed with solemn reverence. The altar rises, a testament to faith against the backdrop of the ancient land. Abram kneels, head bowed low, a solitary figure in deep worship. Long shadows stretch, the silent earth echoing with Abram's devotion to the Lord. Under a relentless sun, Canaan's parched land stretches, dust devils swirling across barren fields in a dance of despair. The famine's grip tightens, etching worry lines deep into Abram's face as he surveys the desolate expanse. The weight of his people settles upon Abram, his gaze hardening with resolve amidst the desolation. Abram resolves to seek sustenance in Egypt, the narration echoes, sealing his fateful decision. A journey begins, fraught with uncertainty, as Abram sets his sights on the distant promise of Egypt. Dust devils dance around Abram and Sarai as they arrive in Egypt, their weary camels kneeling in the sand. Abram pulls Sarai close, his protective gaze sweeping over the approaching Egyptians. "Sarai, listen carefully," Abram says, his voice low and urgent. "For our survival, you must say you are my sister." "I fear these Egyptians," he confesses, his eyes filled with worry. "They will kill me to take you if they know you are my wife." Sarai enters the pharaoh's opulent palace, rich with incense and gilded splendor. An air of anticipation hangs heavy as she walks deeper into the palace's heart. The palace's splendor is quickly marred by a sudden, inexplicable plague. Panic erupts as the pharaoh's household is afflicted, their cries echoing in the gilded halls. The once majestic palace descends into chaos, its beauty overshadowed by suffering. Inside the opulent palace, Pharaoh, in royal attire, confronts Abram, his face a mask of anger and betrayal. Servants stand motionless, their eyes wide with fear as the tension in the palace thickens. Pharaoh's voice booms, laced with fury. "So, she is your wife. Why did you say, 'She is my sister'?" He gestures sharply, his voice dripping with disdain. "Here is your wife. Take her and go." Under the Canaan sun, Abram and Sarai return, their weathered faces hinting at a long journey. Their eyes gleam with the light of newfound fortune and hope. Camels, heavy with goods, plod along behind them, a procession of prosperity. Each step marks their return to Canaan, a land of promise. The horizon beckons, filled with the potential of their new beginnings. Their journey's end is a testament to faith and perseverance. Under the Canaan sun, Abram and Lot survey the land, their flocks scattered like a living carpet across the hills. Patches of barren earth scar the landscape, a silent testament to the strain on the land. In the distance, the rising voices of herdsmen clash, carried on the wind like a storm's first rumble. A heavy silence falls between Abram and Lot, the unspoken tension hanging in the air as thick as the dust. Sunlight streams into Abram's tent, illuminating the dust. Abram faces Lot, his expression a mix of weariness and understanding. Abram gestures around the cramped tent, a silent acknowledgement of their strained circumstances. Lot, the land cannot continue to sustain both our flocks, Abram says, his voice heavy with the weight of their decision. Abram extends his hand, offering a choice. Choose any land you desire. I will go to the right. Lot surveys the lush Jordan Valley, his eyes gleaming as he claims the land near Sodom. Abram watches Lot depart, a hint of disappointment in his eyes as he remains in Canaan. A divine light bathes Abram as God's voice echoes, "All the land I will give to you." Humbled, Abram builds an altar, offering a silent prayer of thanks under the watchful gaze of the heavens.